Hello, everybody. Welcome to the belated episode 57, Infiltrating Jorgenfist of Rise of the Star-Lords.
We made it.
We made it. The past 2 weeks have been something for me, and it's a little hard to run the game when I'm not here. So, thank you for showing up. Thank you, my players, for bearing with me. Very much appreciate it. When last we played, our heroes questioned their prisoners, their giant prisoners, offered them some jobs, and then went to work helping the town recover and save who they can in the aftermath of the attack. Most specifically, spending a lot of stream points and cash to reincarnate, I believe, Cedar Dracus, the owner of the theater, who passed away in the orbital bombardment.
Yeah.
Our icebreaker this week is courtesy of Dang It, You Can See My Email. And it is, what kind of traps would your character make if they were in a Home Alone situation? Nick, what Home Alone style traps would Lahan make?
Oh, you know they're gonna be great. I'm Nick, and I play Lahan. And obviously, Lahan, being the superior mechanic that she is, has in fact trapped the entire Valdemar mansion, and they're all biometric. Your biometrics are all registered, by the way. Don't ask how that happened or why. But you are cleared to enter the house. But yes, there are various traps that will shock you, or drop you into a pit of pillows and trap you in there, those kind of things. But none of that actually hurt anybody. There is no tar or thumbtacks or anything, because that would just break Lahan's poor little heart.
Not quite Kevin McAllister there.
No, she's not that cold-hearted.
All right. What about
It is.
Finn?
That one might have murdered a man, right?
Finn, I think, would be a fan of super glue on doorknobs, because if their hands are glued to the doorknob, they can't get in any further to murder me.
That is sound logic.
Finn's also not the brightest human. Complicated traps are not his forte.
Fair. What about Ava? Leif?
Oh, Ava has tiger traps and deadfalls and stuff
Home
set
Alone
up
style.
in the woods around her home. 100% lethal. Pulls no punches. If somebody wants to steal her stuff, they're gonna have to earn it.
I'm definitely picturing a 10-foot deep pit lined with spikes, probably covered in poo.
Oh, absolutely covered in poo. Half decayed goblin bodies have been thrown in there and stuff. It's just it's if you fall in, you're not getting back out alive.
Yep. All right. What about Jacinto, Tom?
Jacinto would probably employ some, I know you say Home Alone style, so while Kevin McAllister did not have access to, eldritch magics and secrets of the universe and whatnot, unless he did, and that's why he was so spooky good at trapping the house, Jacinto would probably employ some sort of, runes that would drive the intruders mad, or, make them confused and perhaps turn on each other. That would feel very both Home Alone and Jacinto.
Okay, what about Gror? Conrad?
Alright, so I'm Conrad. I play Gror, who is a vanguard murder bear. So what he would do is, he's definitely got that survival woodsman background, so what he's going to do is set comically out of place wood traps inside the very civilized house, those snares that will grab someone and toss them up feet first or something, or like pits covered up by leaves and sticks in like a carpeted living room type stuff. One of them is also he's going to have a trap that rings a bell and like, oh, what's the bell do? And Grar would just burst out of a closet and end the intruder's life.
I'm pretty sure that would give the wet bandits a heart attack.
Oh, that's the bear summoning bell. I see.
That's the bear summoning bell.
Oh, that's great. That's a nice combination of whatever Ava would do plus whatever Lahan would do.
It's the bear bell. Wait,
It's the bear bell.
No.
All right.
Bear roars in the distance.
Just bear roars in the distance, yeah. So, what I figured we would do this week is you guys had a certain amount of time. I believe it was about a month until the attack on the system was going to take place. You knew that. So you had some time, and you were going to do a retrofit on the Heartbreaker, because your plan was to steal the transponder code from the downed ship and possibly do some other things involving that. What does the Heartbreaker look now after a week, maybe 2 weeks of time in the Valdemar shipyard?
So, as the keeper of the ship for this particular show party, I will speak for the Heartbreaker. The Heartbreaker is still in quote 80s era cool dad ship, is what it says here on my notes. What was that, Leif?
You said, I shall speak for the Heartbreaker, and I said, for the Heartbreaker has no voice.
Yes. So we're looking at a tier 12 80s era cool dad ship. It's an explorer class still. We are running, you may be asking yourself what kind of power core we have inside. We've got a nice little rainbow sticker on it because we're looking at a pulse prismatic. Some Mark 12 thrusters, which give us the fastest speed. And we've got the Horicalcum in there, so we're going at a cool 13 hexes. But even more with one of the shiny new weapons that we just got. Oodles of shields, pretty good armor, pretty good computer, mechanically good crew quarters. And we're pretty fast. We got a signal booster drift engine, which means we have an engine rating of 2, so we'll cut drift travel times in half, which is pretty cool. Got some an arcane lab for Jacinto, a tech workshop for Lahan. We got the lifeboats. We got a recreation suite, Trivid Den. And what are we packing? Well, we've got a gravity tether launcher. Gravity twister launcher, which is a cool missile launcher, tracking weapon, I should say, out of near space, which has does 8d10 damage. It's a tracking weapon with a long range, meaning it can target at 20 hexes away. It's got the missiles have a 16 hex speed, which is ludicrously fast for a tracking weapon. And it has a cool little feature that if you shoot somebody with it, you increase your ship's speed on the next round if you move towards them by 2. So we could go a total of 15 hexes if we ping somebody from, I guess, 16 hexes away, because that's the only time we would want to go 15 hexes anyway. But so we can go real fast. And then we have a persistent particle beam on the turret, but that's old news. That's the typical Death Sphere stuff. I avoided the full Death Sphere because nobody likes a Death Sphere on the show.
You mean an instant win battleship?
An instant win, yeah. No, believe it or not, Leif, people like it when people build like giant Prunken hammers out of their starships and like run up to enemies and hit them in the face with them, or like they put deflector shields on it. People like the weird stuff, Leif.
Yeah, who would have thought? Not me. I love a Death Sphere.
The optimized thing for quick victories. Yes, that's totally you.
Yeah, and then we've got a in terms of weird stuff. We've got a panic button. We literally have I'm going to say it's a literal big red button on the dash that Lahan can smash. That is our emergency accelerator. And what that does is you press it and the engines, I believe the engines just spin up for like, what is it?
If everything's functional at the end of the turn, then you basically get away because you move like 100 hexes.
Yep. You move 100 hexes in one direction.
But certain systems have to be active and non-damaged for that to actually work.
Correct. So this is combined with our crazy amount of shields, we should be fine. Like we've got 540 shields spread between 4 arcs, so we should be all right. So we've got the panic button, and we've got a holographic mantle as well, because we're going to be doing some stealth. We're going to be doing some incognito, trying to sneak past the armada of the Jorgenfist.
We're a recon ship, not a death sphere.
Correct. That's why we're so fast. Death spheres don't have to be fast. They have 2 linked particle beams that have a 20
They just
hex
hang out
range.
and murder things.
Yeah.
We don't hang out and murder things. We don't play. We
No.
bounce away and then we turn into a different ship.
Who, me? Certainly
Couldn't
not.
be.
Bugs Bunny with a mustache saying, "They went that away."
Precisely.
Exactly.
Sure. So you want to get that transponder code. You want to, I imagine you would like to plumb the long tooth, which is what the name of the ship that was striking the town from above. I imagine you'd like to get access to their computer core and maybe get, some of their routes, some of their star maps, and
Jet, you just cut out.
Yeah, you cut out.
Yeah, he's talking to Judy.
she asked for my attention and then immediately quieted down when I asked her what.
She got what she wanted. It was your attention, and the request was satisfied. She was done.
Okay.
Yep, moving on.
So, Nick, would you like to try and hack a Starship computer?
Oh, heck yeah.
It's been so long since I've had to look up the hacking rules, and I was fighting with I wasn't really fighting with the IRS. I was fighting with TurboTax all day, so I'm going to be bringing them up right now, unless you have them just memorized, because I could see you doing that.
No, not exactly. Oh man, I should have sent you the hacking simulator thing. It's great. You can just start to build these things in.
Jet, what's the level of this starships? Well, tell you what, give me the level, like Mark III, Mark II. What kind of computer?
It's probably it was a destroyer. It's probably a Mark III computer.
That's a tier 6 computer in terms of mechanics, like level of the computer. So you're looking at tier 6 computer is a DC 37 to hack. That sounds like a big number, but then we're talking about Han here.
That's about level appropriate to be a difficult skill DC for your guys' level.
That's a 37.
Oh yeah, because you have your +4 bonus to computers checks.
That's incredible. On a 4.
So
Actually, I lied. Because that +4 is wait, don't I have let me double check my kits. I think I have a kit for this too. No, I don't, because I'm a mechanic. It only comes out to a 35. I might have to re-roll that. Gasp!
You did roll a 4.
I did roll a 4.
All mechanics rigs count as a level 7 kit or lower. Every level 7 kit or lower.
Yes, which is why I don't have one on my sheet. But I don't think the hacking kit gives you a every.
Yeah,
and any.
every.
That's literally any
every
kit.
toolkit.
Yeah. I had it. Yeah, ask Tom. I was really annoying him with that by the end.
Oh man, yeah, that's obnoxious. I don't think anyone thought about that when they added new kits.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's one of those abilities that simply gets better with every new, Splat book release that has toolkits in it.
Exactly.
So, explain this to me, Leif. It somehow just slid right over me. What exactly is happening here?
We're looking up to see what actual bonus Lahan gets because rigs are super cool and a little bit broken with the later books that have been added.
Okay.
Nick, are you counting your bonus from your
Yeah, I do get plus.
your brain?
Yeah, I get the +2 is from my brain. That's not like actively in there, and then plus my bypass, which is in there. So that's the 35. And then the hacking kit is just required for computers checks.
Yeah.
You just get it.
Isn't there like thieves tools or something
but
like
I
that?
do. That's only for the profession itself. But yeah, there isn't. I do have the thieves tools. That's what the +4, but it's only for opening a door.
Yeah. Well, you do have a week, so even if you did fail on the first day, which I feel like would bring Lahan great shame, you have a chance to redeem yourself on the second day.
It was harder than I thought it would be. Actually, not even shame, right? She's like intrigued that she couldn't get in on her first try because she's never not able to get in.
Right? Yeah, you've always just breezed through any computer's check I've thrown at you, and I know I throw them at you infrequently, but it's kind of interesting that you're like, I just can't get in. I don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
Well, I have
what
good news.
what is this?
Ghost has given us a reroll, so we can just, I think Ghost wants us to move the narrative along by you rerolling it and crushing it.
Fair. I'm gonna just the next day Lahan tries again. We'll hold on to the reroll. Ghost.
Fair enough. Thanks, Ghost.
For the narrative.
That's a 36. What?
Have a +1.
+1.
All right, use the +1. What's the shout out on our +1, Tom?
Well, we've got one from 18 days ago from Shades. By the power of Grey. Wait, no, friend, no. What's not copyrighted?
All right. So Lahan struggled desperately for 2 days and eventually got access to this system. Yeah. So you get in and you can see that there's a transponder code that you can copy. There's some star maps, which that will tell you where the field of black ice is. That will give you some specifics on the fleet that you're going to be dealing with, which I can give you that information if you would like. And there's even make another computer's check because there's something that's locked. It's locked away further in the code. It looks to be a digital key of some sort. Oh, and you...
That's more like it.
You super
43.
smashed that one. This one it appears to be a key, a digital key for a docking bay that looks as though it goes to the Jorgenfist.
Sweet.
So based on what's going on in this system, you suspect that this ship actually had a docking location on the Jorgenfist. Like it had its own little hangar.
Nice. So now we can disguise ourselves as them, and we have the right key. Everything.
Yeah, you could go to your a specific hangar rather than maybe going to a more general dock or having to figure out some other way to get in. So you do have that, and you obviously kind of done scans of the exterior of the ship, so you can load that into your holographic shroud. Is that what it's called? I can't remember.
Sounds right.
Yeah, the holographic mantle.
Mantle, yeah. So you can definitely impersonate that. Another thing I was wondering was, you offered these giants jobs? Or what do you want to do with these giants? Because you've got 3 giant prisoners.
Oh, we're sending them to the Black Arrows.
Okay, you're going to send them to the Black Arrows. I wanted to confirm. Because I know you talked about the Black Arrows. I know you talked about offering them jobs. And I wanted to figure
we're
out
building
what was going on.
we're building an empire here. Don't mind us.
Okay, so there's going to be 4 giants that are Black Arrows now, and that's great. And I think that would fly too, because the Black Arrows, a lot of them were people that broke the law. and their option was either serve time or join the Black Arrows, and I think that you could sell that to Sheriff Hemlock fairly easily.
So they're the Night Watch.
Yes, basically, that is what the Black Arrows were.
That's
yeah,
fair.
I can't remember.
We
which
have
one
been
came out
sending them
first.
all of our evildoers.
Basically,
Yeah.
the evildoers that weren't decidedly super bad.
Yeah, the ones that didn't want to fight us to the death.
Community.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do in town before you leave to try and infiltrate the Jorgenfist? And did you want that information? Did you want to look at the information on the ships in the Jorgenfist fleet?
I mean,
Sure.
I imagine we can look at it while we're, in the drift too.
Yes.
We probably have a couple of days.
Oh man, Jacinto has money. I have money?
Yeah, you guys had
Finn
money.
spent his money.
You guys
We
had
all had
money,
money.
and you were supposed to spend it because you.
Oh, no,
you're
I got
level
some
12
cool
now.
Yeah. And I definitely didn't forget about that. So I bought some spell gems. And I will claim those before action happens.
Can we
Uh,
can we clear this? Because I'm just massively
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh man, yeah, that's what it was. You know what? I was gonna clear this before 2 weeks ago. And then the game got canceled. And then I never looked at it. And then I never looked at it again.
No, but I'm actually excited about what Finn bought.
Well, then tell us what Finn bought.
So, I got another mod.
Okay.
I got a dragon gland.
Oh, nice. What does this
Neat.
dragon gland expel?
I was still waffling back and forth between fire and acid.
Yeah.
which is it going to be?
Actually, I think cold would actually go good with my zombiness. I think I'm gonna lock it into cold.
Okay.
But it's a cone, and it's another reflex for half sort of things.
One thing I'm going to tell you, because you've Lahan especially has run up against this time and time again. You've been fighting a lot of giants. These giants are resistant to fire and cold.
That's right. I was going to pick up.
Oh,
that
fair
sonic
point.
rifle.
I guess I'll do electricity.
I'm not gonna
I feel like
do.
most things have zap resistance anyway.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be mean and not tell you about that when it's been thrown in your face time and time again. All right.
And I also spent a lot of money on getting a spell reflector MK1 for my armor.
Oh, that's gonna be nasty.
Because I can't dodge very well, so I figured that'd be a good thing. I can get rid of one spell a day.
Cool. If anyone else has anything cool they want to mention, feel free. Otherwise, I can give you some deets on the Jorgenfist fleet if you would like.
Yes, please.
Please.
Yeah, I just want to also say, Finn definitely says bye to Bethana and apologizes for always having to run away quickly.
Oh, by the way, when Finn met Berthana in the aftermath, she was in full-on power armor. It was pretty great. I had statted her up as one of the optional NPCs for Nick to play, and she was a power armor jockey soldier.
I mean, it makes sense that she's a bad mama jammer if that's who Finn's into,
She was a power armor jockey soldier, and she, I think, used a battle ribbon.
Nice. Bethana's just the best.
All right. I'm going to just start sharing some handouts with you, and I'm going to take us to the tabletop so folks can actually see them when they pop up. Would you like to start with the Jorgenfist, or would you like to start with the others?
Let's do the others first. Let's build up to the big one.
Sure. So the first ship that you'll notice, and each one of these ships has a smaller fleet surrounding it. This is sort of it's a number of fleets that have sort of banded together, and the command carrier, as it were, is the Jorgenfist. And this first one is the Black Fist. It is a cruiser. It's fairly quick, and it's basically just all offense. It's got a mass driver forward. It's got linked rail guns. It's just quick, and it dishes out a lot, and it's got an okay amount of shields, but honestly less than the Heartbreaker.
That's not hard to do. We have a lot of shields.
Yeah. And then there is the Cranach, which very it's basically the same as the Black Fist. Some of these are like the 4 of them pretty much identical as though they were purpose built. Some of them they're a little bit more individual as though there had been something retrofitted after the fact. Cedar is your next one. Again, this is one of the purpose built ones that, you know, pretty much the same. And again, the Kevarvati, which again is another one of the more purpose built looking ships, the newer ships. And here we get the Maiden of Minderhall. This one has a solar torpedo launcher, linked railguns, and again, less shields than the Heartbreaker. These folks seem to focus more on offense rather than defense.
Yeah, Death Spheres.
Yeah. Gotten the Nightshade, which has a prismatic beam forward. It's got a heavy laser array on the turret, linked heavy laser arrays. The Red Shield.
I trust you with my life.
And all of these have been cruisers. The Red Shield has a super laser facing forward, heavy laser nets. It's got, you know, some heavy shields, and it's a big old cruiser. And we got the Valaskander, which that's another, you know, mass driver linked particle beams on the turret sort of thing. And then we've got the Jorgenfist, which I'm referring to as a command carrier. And it is a gargantuan ship. It is a carrier. It's got a solar torpedo launcher, gyro cannons facing everywhere, counter missile banks. It's a big, beefy ship. Not very fast. Very slow compared to the other ones. And those are the bigger ships. And each one has somewhere between 10 and about 30 smaller ships at their beck and call. So that's what you're going to be flying through.
Well, this is going to be tough. But, you know, I could probably lie our way through that, along with all the good work that Lahan's done fixing up the transponder and such.
Yep,
And I can encourage you guys to do a good job.
So, I'm assuming you guys are going to head off. Lahan, your family is not going to let you go without a teary and hug-filled goodbye. I believe the mayor and the sheriff and probably a number of the townsfolk are probably going to see you off. And you should probably, you know, make your roll to see how long it's going to take you. In-system jump is 1d6 days, and I know there's no way you're going to flub the astrogation track.
Well, at least I got that. I was testing my new gun.
Okay, I was like,
and I got that out of my system anyway. I rolled it at 1, and not great damage.
I love the hyperlinks you have included in your notes.
Yes, I like to put the links for my my rules so that, you know, when we go, what's the rule on limiting again? What's the text on that say? We could just click it.
That's awesome. I should have you.
Nice.
I should ask you about how to input that later off air.
Oh yes, I will. I'll put it in our chat.
Thank you.
Anyway, that's 2 on the d6. 2 days.
Which 2 divided by 2 because you have the signal booster.
Yeah.
It is drift travel. It's just in-system drift travel.
1 day.
So 1 day, and then you pop out of the drift, and what you see before you is Nothing, but your sensors are screaming at you because there's large chunks of black ice just floating through space in front of you, and you're going to have to basically rely purely on your sensors to make it through here. And the way I'm working this is I'm going to treat it a little bit like Tom was doing in Fly for Your Die. This is sort of a skill challenge. You guys tell me how you're getting through 1, the field of black ice, 2, the fleet to the Jorgenfist, and I'm gonna need I'm looking for 3 rounds of skill checks, and I need 2 of these 3 rounds to be a success, and for that to happen I need whoever's going to be affecting the outcome here. Like, some people can be like, there's no way I can help. That's fine. Just the majority of people who are working on this, making this happen, I need the majority of them to succeed for it to be considered a success. So what's the first thing you're going to do? How are you going to be getting into and navigating safely through this field of black ice? Who's helping? And what are you guys doing?
Well, Lahan is piloting, so that's easy.
Yeah. I'll go after Lahan. Jacinto has an idea.
Okay. I just want to know who's going to be involved in this first round of checks. Not everyone has to be, because some people might not have a justification for it, but Lahan wants to, because obviously she's driving the ship. Is anyone going to be doing anything with sensors, or is Jacinto going to be involved here because they're going to be using the magic officer thing?
Yeah,
maybe?
he wants to do some magic officing.
Magic officing, okay. Is anyone else going to be doing anything, maybe?
Ava will chief mate. She will acrobatics our way to better agility.
Sure. Okay. That sounds great. So let's make our rolls. Let's see who succeeds, see who fails.
Can I use our AI to also scan things as we go?
We didn't actually pick up an AI because I thought we had
or the whatchamacallit, the thing that lets me take multiple actions usually.
Oh, your consciousness uplink drive.
That thing, the consciousness uplink drive.
What I would have that do is probably give you a bonus.
Okay, yeah.
So make your rolls, folks.
Jacinto will leap into action on his station, which probably doesn't have a ton of computers, but has some basic readouts and stuff that he reads auras through, some techno-magical bullfleam. And then he reads the fields around the ship, tries to give some good information to Lahan with a 29.
Let's let everyone roll. Yep.
So, just for context, what happened to Grower is I don't think the crew knew what to do with him, so they put him in the missile room, and we're like, "All right, Grower, buddy, just do your thing." And Grower has never been on the spaceship before, so he's when he's looking around, sniffing stuff, and when things start happening, he's just gonna start mashing buttons and hopefully launching rockets. But until stuff starts happening, he's going to be the picture of subtlety.
Okay.
Please
It's
go
all
on.
right. Finn's not super duper useful on spaceships either.
Sure. Okay. So Jacinto made their mysticism check. Nick, did you want to pilot?
Yeah. 29.
Okay. Ava.
Yeah, Ava is gonna go ahead and manually realign some of the thrusters to help us get a little bit of a harder turn in there. That's a 40.
Okay. So
Very nice.
So the bonus I gave you from the I can't remember what it's called, the thing that lets you do multiple actions. That's what allows you to skate by here. You guys got so very close to not successfully getting through the outer perimeter of the black ice. But with Ava assisting in the ship's maneuverability in the role of Chief's mate, Nick, Lahan successfully, very narrowly manages to skate through these fields of black ice. If any of you have seen Titan AE, any of you have seen that old movie when they're going through just the field of ice, it's very much like that. Or if you have seen Space Truckers when they're dodging the black ice, it's very much like that. Jacinto, unfortunately, you're just not like the universe isn't telling you what you need to know. But that's getting you in through the field of black ice to like the center where it opens up, and you see this massive fleet before you, and you have some smaller ships coming to intercept you, and there's queries like they're seeking verifications that you're supposed to be here. How do you want to circumvent this and get past the perimeter?
Lahan, will you send them the verifications and packages and all that? I'll get on the horn and try and install them.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make a deception check. Bluff.
Yeah.
Sorry, wrong system.
Same difference.
Yeah.
Jet, do you want like a computers to send over the data?
Yeah, let's get computers, and then you've got bluff, and I'm giving you a bonus to that bluff because you have all of the data. I'm also giving you a bonus to the computers because you again have all of the data.
Good. I rolled a 31.
Yes.
Even
Not
tries
great.
to manually realign sensors this time, and just kind of to make it seem like there's additional interference, so it takes them longer to read our transmission.
Yeah. Ava's just pulling levers in the background, not doing anything. The bluff.
That's why we put them there.
Yeah, the bluff in the computers definitely is enough. So that's 2 successful rounds in a row out of what was going to be 3. I don't feel the need to go into the third one. So you guys make it through a very heavy, chaotic field of effectively invisible chunks of space debris. You come out of that and you are immediately queried, and ships are making an intercept on you as they're perimeter guards effectively. You manage to bluff your way through them, and you very cautiously make your way through this fairly massive fleet of giant ships, and you eventually come upon what is obviously the center of this entire fleet, the Jorgenfist.
Bum bum bum.
That is a big ship.
Yeah, I took the map that Paizo provided, and then I built a spaceship out of it.
Like you do when you're adapting a PF1 campaign.
Yeah. So that 5-sided shape that's staring straight at you, that is, you suspect, like a main hangar deck. The data that you took from the Longtooth actually sends you somewhere up high, like up on one of these facets, so that you can dock your ship there. And you can do so. And when you get up close, you have to, you get so close, and then you're queried by the hangar bay there, and you actually have the key because Lahan hacked it. So that hangar actually opens wide for you, and a tractor pulls you in, and then it closes behind you, and the bay pressurizes.
Sweet.
Man, Lahan, I don't know if I've told you lately, but you're pretty dang awesome at that stuff.
Thanks, Ben.
And as you were getting up close, this ship is not flawless. This ship is a work in progress, and I'm not talking about the Heartbreaker, obviously. I'm talking about the Jorgenfist. It's very old. It's very beat up, but you can see scaffolding on the exterior, small robot drones, welding, patching, repairing. But this appears to be one of the few fully functional, like, individual hangar bays. And if you are you going to exit the Heartbreaker? Would you like to look around? You see that there's some stuff scattered around this hangar.
Yeah.
And in the far corner, there's a hatch. It's basically the only way into and out of here. But if you look around this room, you see that the Longtooth apparently had gone on numerous raids prior to this. And while you're 100% certain that they were supposed to be giving all of this to Mokmirian, it seems as though they took advantage of the fact that they were up here and by themselves to squirrel some stuff away for themselves. They have just giant cargo containers full of UPBs, 36,005 UPBs. A stack of cred sticks worth 61,785 credits.
I guess we can just go home and buy an army.
Yeah, a water opal worth 10,000 credits. A blue diamond worth 16,000 credits. A black opal worth 80,000 credits. 35,000 credits worth of miscellaneous small lesser gems. A hollow tapestry.
Move the town.
Yeah, a hollow tapestry worth 6,000 credits that depicts monks sparring in a courtyard. A set of solid Inubrix idols worth 6,000 credits each. One depicting a wyvern with a human rider. One, a Shobad warrior trampling a demon underfoot. One, a Sazaron in heavy armor. One, a leaping fish with a wide mouthful of teeth. And one final thing that appears to be in a position of honor, as though it's almost an altar. There's a Horicalcum idol, and it is depicting Star-Lord Karzog, and you suspect that it's worth about 50,000 credits.
Man, we should just open an antique shop.
Yeah.
They belong in a museum.
We can make a museum.
And I said all of that out loud, but here is also a handout, so you don't have to.
Oh my gosh.
That's good. I started typing it, and then you started going faster, and I was like, he's got this in a handout.
Yeah, we definitely should scoop all that up and put it in the Heartbreaker.
Put it in the credit machine.
Put it in the credit machine.
Into the UPB grinder.
Precious
All right.
black opal worth 80,000 credits, crushed and destroyed. So we can.
Yep. So you just sailed into a crap load of loot, and there's a single hatch exiting this bay. What would you like to do?
Steal the loot. Fly off into the sunset, rich.
I forget.
Yeah,
what's that
we
called
gotta
yet?
start a farm.
I mean, you can do that. You can leave this. You can leave the solar system to suffer at the hands of these warlike giants if you wish.
Are we trying to destroy the fleet?
You're trying to stop Mokmirian, and you know that Mokmirian resides upon this ship.
So we got to go through that hatch.
Yeah. Did we get any maps of this ship?
Did we, Jet? Did we find any maps?
You basically just got these giants had not seen the rest of the ship very much of it. They basically had the exterior, and then they had the location of their hangar. They were not really. They weren't, very well regarded. They were scouts that were sent out. They were expected to come back with whatever loot they had and any prisoners that they had. But I could show you. I mean, you could see the main deck. That's probably most of what they would have seen is the main deck, which would be over here. And let's zoom in, and I'll.
If we have any explosives, we could try to just load this room up with explosives and explode the ship and peace out.
I don't know if that would stop the whole ship, though. I think that would just blow out this one docking bay, maybe.
Right, and we want to dissolve the fleet so they don't come after Sandpoint, right?
Yeah.
So what you're seeing is you're in a hangar bay. You're in an elevated position. If you go through that hatch, you're going to go down a lift, basically. That lift is going to take you through what is referred to as the Spire, and that is this thing right here. There is an odd hollow, a stopping point at the midpoint of the hollow. And then if you continue down, it will lead you out onto this big main bay. There appears to be several structures here, a smaller one to the right, a larger one to the left, an even larger one to the southeast. And then if you see this rectangle here, that's not actually a structure. That is where they would probably dock visiting shuttles. And then this big black shape right here in the center is actually just a gaping hole in the center of the deck with a ramp leading down.
All right.
Hmm.
I am pretty sneaky. How about the rest of you?
Finn is anti-sneaky.
I'm a
Probably-
big lumbering bear.
Shoot, we should have thought about the bear.
Ooh.
being sneaky.
Me and the bear can go in first or last, and then you guys can sneak independently of the two of us.
One thing I want to remind you of is Grar is a brown bear, and you know for a fact that these giants have dire bears as pets.
Right.
I'm the only one that doesn't blend.
So disguise is also an option for Grar.
So out of character, well, I don't know if you have that skill, but out of character, you can also always be like, you know, a slave or something.
That's true. We
no,
just
we
lie.
We just pull A New Hope, and those of us with wait, hold on, stealth.
we could do the thing that Han does with Chewie. We could pretend that I'm a captured prisoner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Conrad was saying.
That's where
Same idea, which is good.
I have good.
All right. So
I don't have good disguise, so that's a difference there.
this is fine. Lahan will sit on Ava's shoulders, and Jacinto will sit on Lahan's shoulders, and we will get a trench coat, and Jacinto will do all the talking.
Yep.
I don't even need my
Gar
hands
will
to
be a
get
bear,
people.
and Finn will be a prisoner. This is gonna work great.
I can
So-
pass electricity from
It's
my
a
mouth.
10-foot-tall person with the head the size of a fingernail.
So, like, once again, out of character, if you're trying to be like a disguise or a sneak or something, it doesn't make sense for everyone to have it, otherwise it doesn't work, right? Because that's just not fair.
Right, but disguising Jacinto as a giant was stacking.
I think we should just find a trash compactor and sneak through that way.
I can be invisible.
However, it is possible that we would have thought of things like this ahead of time and perhaps purchased a hollow skin or something. That can but that can only make you like one size category bigger, right? Not even.
I think it
Yeah.
can add like 6 inches to a foot or something.
Yeah, so that's not going to work. I think we're just going to have to go murdering.
I mean, how much does enlarged person cost? Could we stream point for some spell gems of enlarged person?
That spell doesn't exist in this system, sadly.
Sigh.
Yeah, it's hard.
I mean, if enough of you are sneaky and you can disguise Conrad as a dire bear, he could just be a dire bear wandering around.
He is a big bear. I mean, that's a really good disguise check for I'm a big bear.
Yeah, really, Finn's you guys' only problem.
I just don't know why they would leave a dire bear with a bunch of...
Hey, Finn, get inside this null space chamber.
Okay.
There's an idea. Yeah. We could snack and Grar's a bear.
We get caught. Surprise!
Just make sure you don't suffocate me.
No, you have
Like a Pokeball.
In there.
You have
There we
environmental
go.
protections. You've got 12 days of breathable atmosphere. And yes, Conrad, this is absolutely Pokemon.
Surprise, hilarious!
Yeah.
I mean, with all my mods, I am kind of becoming a Pokemon.
We can
Finn,
just
I
roast
choose
hilarious
you.
at people. Yes.
Who
We
is
should
that?
give Ava
Solarian?
give Ava the null space chamber so that Ava can like charge up and just dump it out.
Finn's first name actually makes a pretty good Pokemon. Micah, Micah!
No, give it to Grar, because Grar will charge in best, actually.
And then Jacinto, what to do with Jacinto and Artania?
Get in the bag.
Artania's kind of sneaky, but
I mean, they could come in here with me.
Put them in the bag. Lahan can be invisible, and Ava's just sneaky.
all right, we're getting in the bag. Let's go.
Null space party.
Wow, it's really spacious in here. Maybe I should just get like one of these for traveling.
I mean, let's have a nice little
is.
lounge.
It's a Mark III null space
Yeah.
chamber.
It's one of the 12 that we looted off of those giants.
Yep.
There's still a bunch
Where
of
are we
like,
at, Jet?
there's still a bunch of stolen furniture, so there's like a living room set up in there for you.
You
guys.
would be up here.
Yep.
This is the Spire, and there is a midpoint, and there's a stop halfway, and then you could continue all the way down to the main deck level if you so chose. But that is up to you.
And remember, we're all telepathically linked because I'm a mystic. So we have constant communication throughout. And Grar
Yeah.
would have been invited to this as well, if Grar
Does
would
that-
accept. But
Does that
it's
work
okay
when
if you
somebody's
don't.
in the null space?
You wouldn't be on the same plane anymore, I don't think.
This does not care about planes, I don't think. Let me
I'm
double
pretty
check.
sure it's the
though.
same plane, but there's no limit to the distance if you're on the same plane.
You're probably right.
I think it's more funny if all of a sudden Finn is like sees a rush of light and it's time to kill.
It is extra dimensional, but it's not another plane.
Okay.
Once the bond is formed, it works over any distance, although not from one plane to another, is what telepathic bond says. So,
I don't think extra dimensional automatically implies another plane, but I guess that's the Jet call.
I personally would say if you're in an all-space chamber, you're not in the same dimension. Is how I would.
Oh, you're not in the same dimension.
Yeah.
But planes and dimensions are not necessarily the same thing.
I would, for this instance, I would probably treat them the same. If you're in the bag, you probably can't communicate telepathically with the people outside the bag.
that's fine.
It'll do. Well, then the three of us are here on the map. Lahan is invisible, spending
Sure.
light about herself.
Are you going straight down to the main deck, or are you stopping at the halfway point?
I guess we'll stop the halfway point and look around.
Okay. Make me stealth checks, please.
Oh, we're re-rolling that one.
Oh boy. Toot toot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
60.
Got rid of
That's 60
Finn.
total.
Still having problems.
What's our who got us our last re-roll?
Let's see. So the request queue says from well, in terms of what's usable today from today's show, reroll from Ghost. Just re-roll it. Tongue stuck out face.
Ha!
So re-rolled for a 34.
So the doors open, and you're like, huh, that looks pretty gross. There's crusty white globs of stuff, and there's bits of debris that's stuck together. And Ava and Grar probably cotton onto this. The Han's a 40.
It's 40 higher because she's invisible.
Oh, okay. Well, Lahan, you're good.
Yeah.
Grar and Ava, again, white stuff, plastery, just kind of dribbled all over places, bits of debris stuck together. Grar and Ava, you very rapidly cotton onto the fact that this appears very nest-like. You see a couple eggs in there, and right as soon as you register that, you start hearing some squawking. And like very loud squawking. I'm on the wrong layer.
They just started a trash compactor, right?
Ooh, that's cool art. What are these?
I've modified some sharp wings, is what I've done. And I'll just
I don't like the use of the word modified there.
Well,
That's how we got the Bitari.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
okay. I modified them in that they're larger than a traditional sharp wing. Their CR is a bit higher, but I haven't altered anything other than that. I haven't added bees living inside of them. I'm referring to them as Elder Sharp Wing because what these were supposed to be were rocks. And rocks don't exist in Starfinder, and I decided not to build rocks. I decided, hey, there's Sharp Wing.
I mean, you could have renamed them Space Wings.
I could have, but why not just make a bigger, badder Sharp Wing? And they squawk, they trumpet, they bellow in anger, and they turn upon you.
Are they gonna dance?
Are they going to dance? They're not going to dance, but what they are going to do is they're going to roll initiative.
I didn't know whether you said rock or rock.
Rock. R-O-C is what they're supposed to be. The large bird from Legend.
Okay, so not rock revolution.
Yeah,
No, the theme song is not I Want to Rock.
Drag Jacinto onto the battle mat, but only so I can roll initiative.
That's a good plan because we're gonna toss you out of the bag.
Get out of the bag!
How did you drag yourself out of the map?
Just from the journal tab where you find your character sheet, you just click and drag effectively your name onto the mat, and you'll see your token appear.
Found myself.
There we go. All right, everyone's rolled, I think. No? Yep, now everyone's rolled. Let's sort. Descending order.
Oh man, our new tokens are so pretty.
They are.
Man, I rolled nice and I'm still last.
Treadlocity did such a great job with their art. And in the distance, the sharp wings are screeching and bellowing. In the distance, you hear the bellow of another creature. It does not sound like a sharp wing, but it's very loud, and it's sort of ululating. I think that's the term.
Yeah, it's always been a tough one.
These things just attack any bears who wander in here. I see how it is.
They might not initially attack Groar, but they definitely see Ava, and Ava's not a giant.
Oh, and Ava looks delicious. Okay.
Ava's the size of food, and Ava's standing right next to a sharp wing that's sitting on a nest. So it's going to attempt to peck at Ava. Peck, peck, peck. And by peck, 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 I mean peck, peck. The second attack is a 4 on the dice, which will miss, I am sure. But the other one is a natural 20 for a 38.
If I wasn't in the null space, I could say, look out for that pecker.
Which is a total of 57 piercing damage as this creature bites down on you with pointy teeth.
All right, but roll the d20.
Roll a d20, you say.
Yes.
Do you have fortification?
No, I have the dented casa.
Yeah.
It'll still be a crit then.
Okay. I forgot about the dented casa. That saved Ava a couple times.
That's not right. What's going on here?
Don't you just get to spend resolve points to turn it into a normal hit, Leif?
Am I getting that confused? I might be getting that confused.
I think Tom might be right. It's been a while since we've seen the dented casa come into play.
I fronking love that magic item. Yes. In addition, when you take a critical hit, you can spend 2 resolve points as a reaction to negate the resulting extra damage. You do not have a reaction because First round.
turn. That's all that creature's going to do. And Lahan, you're invisible, and you're next to a bird, and there's another bird real close.
Yeah, I don't like this spot. Not one bit. I'm gonna move back. And I will combat track the one that just tried to peck Ava. But how far do I have to stay on this hexagon that we're on?
Okay, so this is there is a open area. It's it's a very crude drawing, but let me do a little brief doodle here for you.
Yeah, tell us about where we are.
So there is, I'm going to draw a little orange line there and a little orange line there. The area in between, this right here, whoop, whoop, it's sort of a little bit of a smirky face. That is open so that these sharp wings might vacate this middle platform area and view most of this inner courtyard as though they were possibly some sort of sentries, because, birds are renowned for their perceptive abilities.
True.
And it would also allow them to stretch their wings, fly around this fairly large area.
Mm-hmm. But how did we get onto this hexagon?
You were descending through it. There was like an elevator.
Okay, so I can't. Otherwise, there's nowhere else to stand.
I mean, the areas that I did not doodle over. Those are solid walls, and then there is the elevator, which you could just step back in the elevator if you wanted to just hit the down button.
Oh no, that's all right. I do in fact have a horse pack. I'm pretty sure somewhere in here. I'm sure I do. Yes, I do. So I will go fly out over here. Oh man, it's been a hot minute. My speed is 70.
Your speed is 70?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and as you fly out there, Lahan, you do see a giant, and he appears to be doing, training a gargantuan woloped.
Oh.
He's doing the gentler version of breaking a horse, the more modern version of getting a horse ready for riding, saddleback and whatnot. But that woloped appears to be not distress, alarmed. It's the bellowing that you heard in the distance, and the giant is looking around very intently.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't want to alert that giant that we're here, but I don't think that there's any helping it, really. But yeah, so I'll move out here and I'll combat track the sharpwing marked with the red dot that just tried to peck Ava.
Okay.
And pass my turn to the sharpwing.
Okay.
Invisibly.
Yeah, you are still invisible. That sharpwing is going to... They have a little bit of reach. It's going to waddle over a little closer to its mate, and it's going to attempt to peck Ava, looking confusedly at this bear that should not be with this small. An 18 on the die for a total of 40. I'm pretty sure that hits Ava. That might even hit Grar.
It does hit Ava.
Okay, 22 piercing damage. And that's all this creature has. It's not Ava's turn. Ava, you've been pecked by big birds.
Yeah, and I'm kicking myself because I forgot I actually had bought the same thing that Lohan had. I forgot to use it.
You had the light wrap inlay?
Yeah. That's alright. Ava says, "I choose you," and tosses Jacinto from the bag. What kind of action is it to
Only
to
Jacinto,
retrieve
or can you
something
topple
from a
everybody out?
null space chamber?
I was looking at that. If the chamber is open, you can call up any such item and have it placed in your hand as a full action.
Which, if you wanted, I could see you walking around with an open null space chamber if your plan was to Pokeball out people in the middle of a moment.
The plan was to sneak, but, you know.
If you think that Ava would have the null space chamber open and ready to go for an emergency, that's fine. If you don't think she would, then you'll need to open up the null space chamber.
I don't think it takes an action to open it, right? Any more than, like, reaching into something to retrieve something would be part of the action, right?
Sure. So, yeah, that's fine. Full action if you want to pop out Jacinto.
Also, I won't be heartbroken if you need to do something else this round.
No, this is fine. I will be pulling. Yeah, I want my healer on the map.
I see how it is. All I am to you.
I choose you, heal bot. I'm Jacinto.
I don't have the medic archetype. I'm not a heal bot. All right.
So Jacinto, you're on the map now, and Grar, Ava's been packed, you've been ignored, and Jacinto is now on the field.
Alright. Grower says, Finn, I choose you. Tosses out a Pokeball space, no space chamber, let's say, in flanking position, is that fine?
Finn comes popping out yelling, "Fear me!"
I'm okay with that. I'm just picturing Grar reaching in, grabbing Finn by the collar, and hurling him.
Correct.
I mean, I've got wings. I can fly. I can be hurled.
No. That does not enter my calculation. I think this is just how these things are supposed to work.
To be fair,
All I know is I want to yell "Fear me" as I come out of the
the
bag.
forward action does technically end with the item in your hand.
Sure.
So let me summarize. Grower reaches his big, meaty bear paw into his null space chamber, grabs a hold of Finn and a couple of, random items, and just, hurls them across the room. Finn yells like a bat out of hell, "Fear me!"
I'm fine with that. This
Perfect.
is a weird situation. We decided to play with null space chambers, and I had to make a custom map, and it's not super clear. And
We tried stealth in the first round of combat. The stealth got abandoned. Yeah, that's how it always happens, right?
I mean, this is why
Yeah.
we're non-standard.
Correct. Then we
but
have...
that's your turn, Grar.
That is
Jacinto.
absolutely my turn.
Ah, it's me. I didn't expect to have a turn this round. Jacinto is going to... Oh boy, howdy.
Oh boy.
Oh man, your name works with "It's me, Jacinto."
It's me. And I just popped out of a, extra dimensional space portal, like a pipe in the ground almost. Yeah, let's see. I think Jacinto is going to... Oh, that would hurt other people though. I was looking at this fun spell that I bought a spell gem for. But it's a 40-foot radius sphere, and that's going to hit everybody. So instead, I think Jacinto is going to... Sorry, I'm doing the spellcaster thing where I'm just very indecisive. Have both of these things gotten a turn? They have. What am I doing? Why was I brought here next to them?
Because that's basically
doing
all
here?
there is next to them.
Oh God.
Quick, shoot them.
You could fall back into the bag.
Yeah. Jacinto, yeah, I think Jacinto actually looks at Ava and is like, "Hey, what the pronk? What am I supposed to do in here?"
Where's Artania?
Goes back to bed.
Yeah, can I have my pet?
Hang on to my back.
I figured Arcadia would just kind of hang onto your shoulder as you came out.
I mean, I can also see Jacinto taking his round to reach back into the null space chamber and pull Artania out.
That's a good point. All right, I do that. Yeah, so Jacinto, Jacinto is half as big as Artania, but he's gonna call Artania forth with the magic of the null space chamber and begin pulling Artania out, and then Artania will finish under his own power.
It's like combat Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
There you go. So you can pull Artania out, and Finn.
In all his glorious new art.
Yep. He doesn't have the spikes though. Let's turn those off.
No, sadly he doesn't.
And he should be fully healed.
Yep.
Yep.
How
Fixing
many
it now.
feet are those birds from start to end?
They are 15 by 20 by 20 is what they are, approximately. Each one of those little green squares is 5 feet.
Perfect. So I'm going to Dragon Land them, because I won't hit anybody else.
Okay. So they have to make reflex saves, right?
Yep, because it's 15 feet, and I got the second Mach 2 time, so it's 9d6 of damage, and they get a reflex, 10 plus half my level plus con.
So what's your con?
Hang on. So my Constitution modifier is 5.
Okay, so 6 plus 5, 11 plus 10, so 21.
AC 21, that's not bad.
No, that's why I took it. I got a con score.
Yeah, I should get that on my Vanguard.
Reflex and Fortitude were the good saves for these creatures. So the blue one succeeded. And the red one also
That was a sad
succeeded.
roll.
So 14 damage. Each one of them takes 14 damage. They're not resistant to electricity. You've discovered that. And
I'm also going to Photon Attune.
sure, yeah. Are you done then? I think that's your whole turn. Sharpwing the red, angry that something is threatening her eggs, is going to turn away from Ava, who has not actually done anything directly to them, and is instead going to face this other smaller bird that discharges electricity and hurts it, and almost hurt its eggs. And it's going to full attack. Lots of bites. 33 versus KAC, and 28 versus KAC. Do either of those hit Finn?
Finn, you dead? Maybe.
He is muted.
Oh, there we go. I muted on accident. The first one hits me, the second one doesn't, but I was curious if we had time to heal between last fight and this.
Oh, yeah.
You
Last
should
fight was
be,
days ago.
yeah, you should be fully healed. So that first one that does hit deals 26 piercing damage to you. And Lahan, you're invisibly hovering in the air, and there's some angry birds in there that just got shocked by Finn.
I am pretty startling.
Finn is very startling, especially when coming out of a null space chamber. I don't want to be this close. I'm gonna move back and then I'll take a shot at red, which will make me not invisible anymore, but I think it'll be okay. How high up am I from the floor down there?
You're probably about 100 feet up. It's very
Don't you have
big.
like a jetpack or something? You can just jetpack down.
I don't want to go down. I wouldn't be able to see. I just wanted to know how high up I was. Where is that giant?
Where is the giant? He's
Oh, I see him. He's down here.
down.
Oh,
and
can
to
he
the
even
left.
see me? Through
I don't
whatever
think-
this is in the middle?
The thing in the middle is actually a pit, so that would actually not block line of sight.
Oh, how rude.
So if you
All right.
if you guys make too much more noise, he's going to start looking around. And if you're visible and flying, he's probably going to see you.
What if
Oh,
I
man.
move towards this other gray block to my left here?
As high up as you are, you probably will still be seen because that's a single-story structure. It's
I
a
wanna
very
see-
tall structure, but it's not 100 feet up.
I would love to see
giant
Grar
sized.
throw a giant down that hole pit, like wrestling style.
Well, in that case, I will stay where I am. I will boost my gun, and then I will shoot him.
Okay.
No, I still want to move. I do want to move back because they could probably still catch me pretty easily right there. Actually, yeah, I'm going back to my original plan here. But I will take a shot.
Sure.
Poor Lahan, always overthinking things.
It's what happened. Heck, 24 intelligence. I think it's required to overthink things. I'm going to take a shot with my shiny new Street Sweeper. The 30 to hit EAC.
A 30 does definitely hit EAC.
That's 32 sonic damage.
That hurts.
Oh, that's my second range increment, but I don't think I try with combat tracking.
Alright. So, yeah, that hurt. It squawks in agony. Lahan's done. This bird the blue, you just shot its mate, and its mate is sitting on their babies. So
You're
Finn,
trying real hard to make them
I tried to
sympathetic
electrocute
without
it.
not buying it.
So Finn, this creature is going to provoke an attack of opportunity from you. Lahan, you're not still invisible, are you? That busted your invisibility, right?
Yeah, it functions as an invisibility spell, except that it's technological.
Okay. The creature does not quite get to you. That's as far as it gets.
So, does the 37 hit it for a heck ton of damage?
Oh, yeah, that's so much damage.
It's a crit!
It is a natural 20, 37 to hit. That is 50... 61... 61
I want to
bludgeoning
yell at it.
damage.
Oh, it's moving. Where do you think you're going? And it's got corrode on it now.
Yep, so at the start of its next turn, it will take some damage. And that, oh gosh, that hurt it so much. How far away are you to? 20 feet. It's not got reach. So it's going to spend its last action snuggling up next to you, Lahan.
Okay. I don't like that. Okay.
All right, that's its turn. It's now Ava's turn. Ava, you have one less Sharpwing in front of you, but that's because the other one went and tried to is getting cozy with Lahan.
Oh, good. She attacks the one directly in front of her 3 times.
Okay, and this is the Singing Onslaught. This is versus EAC.
Yes.
Okay, 17 will miss, 32 will hit, and 23 will hit. And you're doing a total of 73 damage, if I'm doing math correctly.
You are. 73 sonic damage.
And that hurts it so bad. It is screaming in agony. And kind of like crouching over its eggs protectively. Grar, it's your turn.
All right, so it's been about one round in the fight, and Grar has not inflicted massive amounts of violence yet. So let's. I know. Let's remedy the situation. I'm going to full attack the only thing I can full attack, which is
Ava.
that. Yes, I'm going to full attack Ava. Ava, what's your AC? So let's see. Where is this? Obviously, I'm going to attack the Sharping in front of me. Man, these rolls are so bad.
This is versus
65.
EAC, correct?
Versus the AC.
The first one will hit if we have a +1 anywhere. The second one can hit as well.
Oh, cool. Can I get one of those magical +1s? 43 damage depends on it.
This one comes from Shades, who says, I am a loser, baby, so why don't you finish the sentence?
Why don't you inflict 43 damage on a Sharpwing? Nailed it.
So
Perfect amount of syllables.
you kill the Sharpwing, and the Sharpwing crumples over its eggs, not crushing them. Its last dying action is to shield its young.
I'm taking one of those before we leave.
But it is no more. You just tore into it. You unmade vast sections of its body.
Good.
We can raise baby
Serves you
Sharpwing.
right for trying to kill
Yeah,
us to
it'll be
protect
dope.
its young.
And Jacinto, it is your turn.
They should have known better.
We can teach them to
Alright.
fly.
My God, what? Every square is 10 feet?
Yes.
I'm sorry. When I did this map, I had a real hard time making things work, and I apologize. I know it's weird.
No, that's okay. It just caught me by surprise because Artania can move 4 squares. So Artania moves 4 squares. And then Artania does another 4 squares. And Sento is then going to recalculate what spell he might use on the Sharpwing.
I'm
Because
sorry.
this... No, it's fine. It's fine, Jet. It's fine.
Yeah, I had the same thing when I moved. Oh, shoot, I'm in my second
Yeah.
range increment.
Yeah. Alright. We're gonna double check the range on mine thrust. That's probably not gonna work because that's a close range.
25 feet plus 5 feet every 2 levels, so I don't think you're that far.
25 plus 30 is 55, so probably not enough because...
Have I not given you my spell range macros?
I mean, I can do quick maths.
Roll 20 is quicker, I promise.
Boy, I'm really out of my spellcasting game. I'm very sorry. Jacinto is going to cast a first level spell because that's a safe thing that he can do, and he's going to cast Wisp Ally on this creature. So the next person to attack it gets the benefits of Harrying Fire.
Sure.
Nice.
I need to find the time, or not find the time. I need to find the money so I can get those very nice little not tokens, condition things that you use on Sundays, Nick.
Oh, I think they were only like $10.
I don't have.
I will. We will send to you.
But so Jacinto, you've done a Wisp Ally. Artania has moved into melee range with the Elder Sharpwing, and Finn, you get to go.
Nice. Okay.
And there is a commotion happening above this pit. Is what's happening. And
I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna continue photon tuning, and I'm gonna single punch.
sure. Oh my.
This one got bad luck for me, man. Another crit.
My God.
Yeah.
It's having a bad day.
Oh, +2 for Harrying Fire. I'm kidding.
It definitely hit with the natural 20, Tom, for a total of 37. So that's
How messed up is this
64 damage. That is 64 damage. It is still, well, not standing because it's flying and hovering right now, but it is still up. But oh my gosh, it is very much.
Oh, it's
almost
got
up.
8 corrode when its turn starts now.
Well, what it is when corrode is on it, I don't think corrode keeps increasing. It's just whichever is the higher dice, and then on its turn it will roll that dice, and then there's, I believe, a reflex saving throw to no longer be corroded. Correct?
Correct.
Because it's like being on fire.
It's like, yes, exactly. It's like burning, except with acid.
Okay. and I am going to resort because at this point there's a sharp wing flying through the air and screaming and being hurt, and there's a person in a jetpack and a winged bird person, and this giant has noticed things, and they have rolled, and they are last in the turn order, but they're not. I'm not going to have them act right now. Their turn was effectively noticing something's happening. Lahan, it's your turn. You have a bird in your face, and the bird is very, very hurt because Finn just punched it super hard.
Doing a good job of distracting it from you.
Yeah, it's still awfully so very close. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave this place to go further away.
You are possibly provoking an attack of opportunity?
Don't do it.
Bring it, bird.
It's gonna try and bite you.
I'm pretty sure I have mobility.
I got a 30 to hit you. I think that misses, right?
Not if I don't have mobility. But I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, because I got shot on the run, so I must have mobility in here somewhere. Yes, and it misses.
You juke to the left or the right as it snaps at you. It narrowly misses. Maybe it catches just a little bit of your cargo pants and just does a tiny little tear in your pants. But you fly away.
And then I take a shot at it. With
35 definitely hits. 27 damage is 1 hit point more than you need to kill it, so it falls from the sky.
Take that.
And
that's me.
With that creature plummeting from the heavens, I think it's going to spiral and not necessarily fall directly down. I think the wings are going to catch, and it's going to sort of slide over and plummet into this pit. And hopefully I remember that. I'm going to make a little note, and I think that's where we're going to end it, is with that creature falling into that pit. Sharp. Oh, I cannot type. Dang, it fell here.
I'm sure nothing bad will happen because of that.
I just want to remember that. That's all.
Fool of a took. Save us all the trouble and throw yourself in next time.
I don't need none of your sass.
I hope you guys had some fun with this episode. I know we played a little fast and loose at the beginning. It was a little bit more narrative. I've been exposed to a lot of Powered by the Apocalypse, and I've been improvising a lot more, and it felt like I wanted something to go a little bit smoother rather than getting bogged down in the super crunch to fly through a fleet of starships.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth getting bogged down in the crunch, honestly.
Nope, I enjoyed today's session. I think you did real good.
Okay. I would like to thank Paizo, and specifically, let me go to the correct map. There are authors. There is an author. I would like to thank Paizo for this whole adventure path. Wolfgang Bauer, B-A-U-R, who wrote Fortress of the Stone Giants that I then converted, or am in the process of converting, actually. And I would also like to thank, I'm going to take us over here to this landing page so people can see the wonderful art that Treadlocity did of our heroes, and I think it looks fantastic, and it makes fantastic tokens. But it's Treadlocity. You can find them on Twitter, and I'm not sure it's Instagram. I think it's Imager is where they have a bunch of stuff as well. Super affordable.
Settle this once and for all. Is it Imgur or
Imager? I was gonna comment on you pronouncing it correctly.
Imgur.
No, Imager.
And
settle this debate, friends. Come tell us in Discord.
Unless Tom stepped up and was doing it, Leif, who do we have to thank for their audio contribution? Aside from you doing a wonderful job on Hydra.
Same as always, we're thanking Lo-Fi Girl and Alex Productions. All fantastic music.
Awesome. And Nick, what about this Sunday? What's going on there?
Oh man, this Sunday we have episode 5, first of many. the second chapter gets sandboxy, and our academics are going to get into their classes a little bit, do some extracurricular activities, and just generally see how their first semester at the Magambia goes.
Are we gonna get that fighting tournament? Are we gonna go to the tournament? Yes.
The tournament will be this week.
The fighting tournament for the person that doesn't fight at all.
Well,
It'll still be quite entertaining.
I can be your ring person in between rounds. She's like, yeah, you can do this. Come on. Healing font.
yeah, man.
It's gonna be great.
It'll be fun. I've been loving Strength of Thousands, by the way. And anyone watching this should check that out because it's great.
Roughly the same time slot on Sundays, just a little earlier, actually.
Yeah.
Half hour.
And next week we'll continue with Jorgenfist because we are the stealthiest group. It's going to be very low conflict, a lot of sneaky dice rolls, obviously.
Yeah, we're known for our stealth.
Yeah, known for the stealth. If you have any questions, comments, or shoutouts, email us. nonstandardactiongmail.com. But better than email is Discord. And the link is in the show notes below, or below in our Twitch page right now, or in the show notes if you're listening in podcast form. Yes. Tom, thank you for our theme song for Rise of the Star Lords. And please, if you're on our Discord, or please just join our Discord for just this occasion, please give me icebreaker questions. I desperately need them. I need them so badly. Nick has 3 seasons worth of icebreaker questions to dig through. I have the few that are remaining. I believe Toric00 just gave us a few. I'm going to have to peruse those for next week. Thank you for that very much. I think they came to us from the Cosmic Crit server.
Woo! Always happy to see more Cosmic Crit folks.
Yes, and that form for the icebreaker questions can be found on the welcome channel and the feedback channel. I believe it is pinned on the feedback channel if you need to find it somewhere. And I think it's time. Nope, before I say it's time to go, we'll hang out in general for a little while after this if you want to join us if you're on our Discord. And now it's time for us to say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Have a wonderful rest of your day/night, everyone.
Bye, everybody. And we'll see you Sunday or next week, depending on your preference.